Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years. You know, when I talk about untangling some of your habits and prioritize, these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. As you're listing and doing inventory, I'm telling you, it may seem like going through a root canal if you're like me to do these things, but they are so important, right? What is the priority? What are your priority? What's important to you in your life? And sometimes, and I know I've often mothers, they forget about themselves, and everybody comes first, and she's last. And I've seen my mom going through this, and obviously our kids have grown up now. Things are a little bit different, but see, the fact is you have to prioritize. What are the priorities, right? How is it important? How is this important? So again, list them all and then ask you these questions. What are the other factors, the components, right? Like, in other words, some things may not seem important, but they might be very important on the grand scheme of things, because if you don't do some of those things, well, the other things is never going to manifest. It's never going to happen. So again, ask yourself, what are the other factors, the components? How important are they? How important is it to you? So again, you just have to prioritize what's important in the time. Right? What is the hierarchy scales of the importance of 1 to 10? Right? So you look at all of these things when you start untangling your habits of the things that you do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the least. Where does it scale? And do an inventory. I'm telling you, by doing this, it may change your life completely, because you will have so much more time to do the things that matters, opposed to wasting your time with 80% of the things that don't matter.
Okay, so what is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important. Dwight Eisenhower, 34th President of the United States. We've all seen this graph many times in different formats, but at the end of the day, you need to create this graph here for your personal life, okay? From urgent to not urgent, to not important to important. So write that down, you guys. Make your graph, because this has to be your personal graph. Okay. So what are the things that you need to do now? And everything is based on results, to get a result on what you want to achieve. So in your business, you have to decide what it is that you're gonna do. And just focus on the do's and just decide to do it, and write down the things that you need to schedule the time to do. Yeah, so obviously the bottom portion is where you need to write down the things that you need to delegate. I know there's things that I want to delegate more of, and I'm writing the things down that I can delegate more of, and then what needs to be deleted. And then time blocking 101. I mean, that's a course in itself, but the goal is to schedule it, whatever it is that you plan to do. You want to task it. What is the task requirement for that specific goal that you're putting down? You want to overdraft it, which means you need more time. How many times did you give yourself a certain amount of time and it took another 10, 20 minutes? Because things happen, life gets in the way. Things happen sometimes. So you just got to give it that extra layaway time, so you're not under pressure. And you want to follow and continue your schedule. So it's better to overdraft each thing that you say you're going to do. So if you schedule, I don't know, you're going to be on prospecting. You're going to be whole focus on connecting and talking to new people. And you scheduled maybe 2-hour segment to do that. And then the Pomodoro, is about working smart and getting faster results in less time. And he actually has a course on all of this stuff too, how to work smart and in a faster amount of time. But you want to be doing that in your own scheduling. And of course, energy map it. And that made it was an aha moment for me. Huge.
So the fact is you have to measure what your goals are. And that's why it's very important not to compare yourself with others, because your goals may be different. Your priorities may be different. You might have done things for king and country, and now you're done. You just don't want to anymore. You have lots, right? But you'd like to maybe, entertain different parts of your life, and, whatever that is for you. And what's important here is, to kind of summarize this whole thing, is do an inventory of your life. It is important. It is annoying, but it is important. And as you're doing that, go through the questions that Tammy shared earlier as to how to sort through some of the things that you do on a daily basis. And do they matter to you? Is it important to you? It's not about what I think or what Tammy think or anybody else think. Does it matter to you? If it makes you happy, it gives you that sense of joy, then yes. And that's what you need to do. And that's really what the call is all about this evening.